The Dummy M Podcast. Find us on Instagram and YouTube.
Well, we are at the mecca of Parramatta heaven right now. I've actually been in this store today. It is Peter Wynn's Score, and I sussed out a jersey I am going to buy. But Bernie and I are here. We're on our way to the Saints game. My dad's a mad Saints fan. They're playing tonight. I'm nervous about it. But out front of Peter Wynn's store, we have the man himself. Peter, thanks for joining us, mate. How do you feel about tonight's game?
Look, I'm thrilled to have one Queenslander and one local talking outside the front of my shop. Very special. Yeah, getting back to the game, I think it's going to be the traditional St George Parramatta game. There's a lot of conflict, a lot of history between the two clubs, so I'm expecting a game of high quality. I don't mind how many points we beat them by, just as long as we beat them. So I think that's the way it's going to turn out, because St George always seem to lift themselves against us. And I think back to the late 70s, we had a few bad memories there where they knocked us off in the grand final, and they knocked us off in the major semi back in 79 as well. So, I don't know if the current players know much about those games, but certainly they are embedded in my makeup, and I think back to those games. It's always a thrill to beat St George, so hope I get a thrill this afternoon as well.
When you see the modern-day Parramatta team take on teams like Manly and Canterbury that you were very much arch enemies against in the 80s, do you get more excitement with us playing against those teams, or you let bygones be bygones and those years are gone?
No, you never forget. You get bitten by a dog, you don't forget it, do you? So, no, I think there's a lot of rivalry between the clubs, and that's embedded in the history of both those clubs. When we joined the competition in 1947, the same year as Manly, so they won a few more premierships than us. And I was thinking about that the other day. Actually, this is our 75th anniversary, which I hope you two gentlemen are aware of. So, there's a bit of celebration coming up over the Easter weekend where a lot of us have been invited to the West Tigers game. But when you think about it, we won 4 competitions, so it's every 18 years that Parramatta win a competition, which is just too far in between drinks, isn't it? So let's just hope...
It's not really that. It's between 4 years, and 1981 and 86, or 5 years.
Yeah, it just shows you how hard it is to win. There's some great Parramatta teams that haven't won a premiership, but we're just fortunate enough to be in the right place at the right time, I suppose, in 81, 82, 83, and of course 86 when we got the job done. But a lot of feeling, a lot of emotion today, and I'm very excited to be a part of Parramatta's side that was successful in those days, and it's always good to catch up with the old boys, and we keep patting ourselves on the back, so but certainly when Parramatta get to the next grand final, we'll be there to cheer them on.
The Dummy M Podcast. Find us on Instagram and YouTube.